Welcome to America's Commercial Real Estate Show, your source for market intel, forecasts, and strategies. Our show today is brought to you by Commercial Agent Success Strategies. Check it out. It's 21 one-hour videos with forums and a calculator. It's just great for commercial real estate agents, no matter how much experience you have. Learn more at commercialagentsuccess.com. You know, one of the challenges we have in the commercial real estate industry are secure documents, right? We handle a lot of documents that are secure. They have social security numbers, they have people's information on leases, on their properties, and we have to disseminate those. We send them, and we do transactions no matter if we're in legal, we ownership, we're brokers, whatever we're doing. We have a lot of documentations. And I think one of the things that we need to do better, we're really under attack. I mean, the cyber attacks into the commercial real estate industries are at all-time high levels. So we need to protect ourselves. So how can we do that? What would be an easy way to do that and solve some other issues to help us streamline what we do every day? Well, please welcome my guests. My guests are John Jaramillo, and I hope I pronounced that right, John. He's Director of Industrial Services with ShareFile, and also Suresh Bhagchandani, and he is Manager of Inside Sales Industrial Services with ShareFile. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Michael, pleasure. I'm going to give you a B+ on the pronunciation. By the way, there was a valiant effort there, right? So I appreciate that more than anything.
Okay,
we're happy to be here.
I thank you. You know, and people can pronounce my last name Bull, but they just can't believe it's really my name. It's like, what is it? Bull? Is it Ball?
I imagine we get creative with the variations, right? Because of your assumption. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, great. Well, let's talk about it, because is it true? I mean, are the cyber attacks into trying to get the documents and information in all industries, and especially commercial real estate, is that on the rise?
I would say, I mean, it's like you said, it is ubiquitous right now, right? So that's across industries. And it's a factor of a couple of things. As we've become more digital, right? As organizations really across the economy have become more digitized, really what you see is the areas where they can be attacked steadily increase, right? So the points of contact with sensitive information and with different vendors, whether they be under organizations' control or not, that continues to go up and to the right. As you have that happen, well, suddenly exposure continues to increase as well, and you're going to have bad actors looking to expose those multiple trigger points.
Michael, I agree as well too. We get to hear this like every single day from our customers when we're talking, especially like, I lead a team of like account executives, and it's a very common pain point where they're like, hey, there's a phishing scam or like some sort of scam where like they're trying to capture the information. The big news is actually the lease part of it, because they want to find out like who's under the lease, who's the S corp, and all that like detailed information. And that's typically is a common thing. And I think we've seen more and more increasing after pandemic. And it seems like before pandemic, it was kind of like on a rise, but after pandemic, it's actually kind of increased a lot. With people working more and more remote, they're traveling, depending on the Wi-Fi. I mean, there's so many different aspects around it, but you are 100% correct. It is going to keep increasing until somebody has a solution for that.
Yeah. And we spend a lot of money and time and effort to secure everything we do. But one thing we've realized, that doesn't mean that all the people we deal with aren't subject to being attacked, and therefore we have to watch for that, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I think there's something interesting about commercial real estate, right? Regardless of what sector you're in. When I think about, how you folks operate, commercial real estate is one of those sectors where there are constantly documents with sensitive information in transit, whether that is internally or externally. Most of the time, it's not with a single party, right? So again, there's a perceived limit to the amount that you can control, right? And as that limit is reached, right, and you don't have solutions in place to ward off some of these bad actors, there really is a pretty significant risk profile, right?
Yeah, and that puts us subject to some potential damages and problems that we don't want to cause for our clients, our customers, our tenants, or any of the folks that we deal with. And as we were looking for solutions, we found ShareFile. Tell us what ShareFile is and what that can do for us.
Yeah, Suresh, if you don't mind, I'll take this. And by the way, Michael, I've not cleared this answer with my marketing team. So you're gonna, this is the John version, right? But when I think of ShareFile, I really think of a platform that enables companies, organizations to manage, streamline, secure, and organize their document-heavy workflows, right? So that could be internal, right, to an organization, collaboration, documents that need to be worked on by multiple parties. But just as importantly, that can be external, whether it's with, vendors or contractors, or the most important one, which is the client experience, right? So we focus quite heavily on how it is that we can help add some efficiency, simplicity, security to those documents that we said earlier are constantly in transit.
Yeah, that's a good point. And one of the things that we do is like if we're selling an office building, we're getting all the lease and just tremendous amount of documentation from our clients. And how can we use ShareFile to make that secure and easy for our client to get that to us?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, and I'll answer some high level questions, and Suresh will jump in behind me. But I think that before we jump into the how, I think it's really important to talk about what's been important about our approach to some of these problems. Mm-hmm. And for us, it really started with understanding our customers. Our customers are folks that, like you said, are dealing with a multitude of clients, which means, ironically, we have to understand that client-customer interaction, right? And so for us, it's about existing there, right? We want to make sure that our customers are able to provide a seamless interaction point for their clients, and equally important, that interaction provides our customers with the benefits of security and organization that are pivotal to their operations, right? To their organization's operations. So in terms of the how, I think Suresh has some answers that he can give us.
Yeah, there are multiple different ways that you can make it easy, and ideally, ShareFile wants to make sure that the customer and as well the customer's clients, their life is easy. Really easy way to actually send or receive documents directly from your email. We have seamless integration into any kind of tool like Outlook, Gmail, anything you're using. Secure access from a mobile app. We have like templates and as well a real estate template that's built in. So basically you have a collection of all the documents and signatures and everything else coming into like one spot. Then they're being at like 5 or 6 different spots. And that's where the agent was actually trying to like go figure out like, oh, well, where's that document? Where's this lease signed? Where's this piece of information? So that everything kind of houses under one. So if there is anything that you need down the line or future audits or anything like that, you have one spot to just go and find it. And it's fully secure, fully encrypted, very, very easy and simple to use.
Yeah. So I could send, say, email a link to my client that I'm selling an office building for, and he can directly load into ShareFile. Is that right?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And then that's secure. And then if I'm getting those documents to purchasers or lenders or debt or equity, I can give them access, and that's secured, and it's all organized and seamless. One of the things that some of these files are big, and we try to send them, we can't send them anywhere.
Correct.
Yeah. So with ShareFile, you can actually send like up to 10 gigs like directly from your email. That's typically, but I don't think anybody's selling 10 gigs. Typically might be like videos or pictures or stacks of like lease documents or mortgage information that you're sharing. And not even that, like once you're sharing it, you have full control over that. And that's, as you mentioned, like, that industry is actually under the attack because once they kind of leave your premises to a third party, that's where you need a full control to make sure you can run reports. You can see the analytics to it. You can see the workflow on it, who's logging in, who's actually viewing it. And you have full control too. Like how long do you want these documents to be out there? Because once the project is done, it should be closed and people won't have access to it once the project is done. So you have full control.
Can you also control whether they can even download it or not? Can then just have them view it instead?
Yes, you can do view only. Not in that, we've actually added this new feature. It's actually called Watermarking. So if you don't want them to even like view or take screenshots, it will have their IP address, name, first name, last name, email address, whatever you want to customize it. Like it will be all watermarked on that document.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how do you go about, how do we know as customers or clients or folks we're dealing with that this system is secure?
I would say, yes, I would say like, don't take my word. Look up our industry optics, look up our company, look up our background. I mean, obviously everybody has access to Google. You can look it up. We have been around in the business for a long time, and we have successfully catered lots and lots of customers. And I would probably let our customers kind of say, like, it is one of the best solutions, and all the awards that we have received. Not in that, like, the product by itself actually caters towards what exactly commercial real estate actually needs. It's the security, ease of use, and we want to give the best experience to our customers, because ideally, last thing you want is like make it too tedious or like it's so hard for them to access. And that's 95% of the time, like people just give up. They're like, this is too much. This is too clunky. I just want to get my job done. And as you know, like pretty much all the agents will get the job done, but we just want to make sure like they get it done correctly,
Yeah.
not just like doing it or checking the box.
I would say we're also secure by design, right? I mean, this was a solution that from its inception was built based on the need of the market to have a way to collaborate on documents, to work and to share, but to do so in a way that met enterprise grade security standards, right? So we were actually designed with the highest levels of compliance, to whether, I mean, we're meeting HIPAA requirements, we're meeting governmental requirements. There's basically the different security certificates that we have as a product are meant to ensure our customers that they can have peace of mind when they work with ShareFile.
That's good to hear. I also sell a lot of government leased office properties and other with some sensitive government tenants in them. So, and I think everything we do in commercial real estate almost has some sensitivity to it. What are some of the industries and clients that you guys work with that we might recognize?
Yeah, so well, first off, I'll give you a couple of examples, right? But before that, I mean, one of the big moments for ShareFile happened about a year and a half ago, right? We've always had this vision of being customer centric, customer first. And so what we did about a year and a half ago is that we actually organized the entire team to specific verticals and industries. Now, what does that mean? That just mean like, hey, our go-to-market team and our marketers and all that are speaking the language of certain folks. That means that our product is being designed for certain folks, right? So even for real estate, right, we have different templates and workflows already pre-configured within our solution, meant to go out there and impact how people work on a day-to-day quickly, right? Now, in terms of who's worked with us, like we've worked with Colliers, right? A pretty significant commercial real estate organization. And really we help them solve a couple of really what I would say is common issues. When you look at what they were trying to solve and what multiple organizations are trying to solve on a day-to-day basis, they understand, hey, I need large files to be able to be sent. I need that to be secure. I need my clients to actually want to use this, and I need my employees to adhere to the practices, right? Because a lot of folks have solutions. If it's too clunky, your employees don't want to utilize it. And then what happens is we know that people will find a way to get work done. So they were struggling with internal FTP. They were struggling with remote access to these large files because they had multiple agents consistently on the go. And they were struggling with just the efficiency of getting information back and forth, right? So for them, and this is what we do for most of our real estate customers, what we provide is a solution to that, right? How do we have simple, any device access to the files at any time, right? How do we have shareability of those documents at any time? How do we have visibilities into the workflows that we've configured at any time? And then how do we make sure that people are not finding their own solutions to these problems, right? We know that's how humans operate. They'll find a way to get work done. It won't always be the way we want them to do it.
Yeah.
And it won't always be secure, right? So those are some of the issues that we've solved for Colliers, some of the issues that we've solved for a lot of other organizations, some of which we can name, some of which we can't. But that's really where the bread and butter goes into how we're designing product. Has got to be at at that interaction point between our customers and their clients, right?
Yeah. And it also,
Michael, there's a company that comes in my mind. I think it's Edgewater Group. I mean, we actually solved like their manual, like file management kind of process that they were doing. So before they implemented ShareFile, so after implementing ShareFile, like obviously they went everything like e-documents. Everything is actually live in the library and in the ShareFile, fully secure. All the sensitive information are on it. Not even that, like number of hours that the crew was actually working to like get all the documents from like 15 or 20 different places to make sure it gets to one place, and then from that one place to like 15 different places. So it almost saved them like over like 30 to 40 hours per person in the company just by using ShareFile by itself. I think a little company, I'm pretty sure like John remembers, like he was actually with me on one of those calls, which is like Collier International, which was like another one, which is like very big, which they were looking, where they were literally every single time we would hear this from the customers that we would either be like a little bit slow or like sending out in documents, where ShareFile would be right there, and every single time whenever we click, a customer clicks or a client, they get a notification. So they know that they got it. And a lot of times, like I'm pretty sure in your industry, your agents might have run into that. Like, hey, I only sent you the lease 3 days ago. Did you get it? And we're like, no idea. So once they click on it, we know exactly we got it. So there's no like if and buts. We're just saving time. And as well, customers are happy because they're like, I'm actually being holding accountable too. So make sure I come through for my deadlines as well too. But yeah, those two actually definitely come to my mind for the customers who've been using ShareFile.
yeah. Well, there's a lot of great aspects there. And one of them that jumped out to me is just having proof in your file that someone did see a file, right? And that it is secure. What would you say to end the show here today for our listeners and viewers? Is there anything that kind of that surprises your users when they start using ShareFile?
Yeah, I think it depends on who you ask,
Mhm.
right? But one of the things that we aspire to design towards is simplicity, ease of use, right? And then one of our tenets, and this was marketing approved, it's everyday magic, right? So that's the one I'll give you, Michael. I'll give you the one line, but it's everyday magic. And what that really means is, hey, how easy is it for your clients, not ours, for your clients to interact with your fund? How simple is it for them to see what's next in the process? How intuitive is the platform? What visibility do they have, right? And then if you flip that back on our customers, really what they see is an increase in the efficiency with which they can interact with their folks, an increase in the security. But the reality is this: real estate is interesting to me in that, as far as I see it, and Michael, you correct me if I'm wrong, reputation and client experience is actually one of the key differentiators firm to firm. I'll pause there. Is that a fair assessment of the industry?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd say that's very key.
And so, as we look at that, and we look at a sector that is so document heavy, so workflow heavy, so trigger point heavy. This happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens. But I need multiple people doing it, right? And I need multiple things to occur to those documents, which oftentimes I'm going to multiple vendors for. What happens is that each of those dynamics start to erode some of the client experience. And those are the key challenges that we've seen, right? And that people are trying to figure out, hey, how do I consolidate systems? How do I consolidate visibility? How do I consolidate shareability? How do I consolidate interaction? And when people click into ShareFile, or we'll call it whatever it is, right? When they click into a solution that solves those problems or that helps them capitalize on that ability to give a very unique, seamless experience to their customers, that's the aha. And just as importantly, how do you pair an aha with I'm compliant, I'm secure, I have an audit trail, right? I've got reportability for financial regulatory compliance needs, right? To us, that's the real important piece. And that's when you have those two things meet, that's where our customers are seeing it.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, that's aha, and that's good. That's safe.
If I
Chris,
could,
any,
if that's what I feel like every day, by the
yeah.
way, if I'm full of ahas and who's, then I know I've got a good life. I know I've had a good day, right? So,
Yeah. And for those that might be watching this show, they probably loved your paintings behind you too, John.
like that.
Very nice.
Well, so those are my these are my baby girls. I will have this over a Monet all day,
Yeah.
right? Like this is the stuff right here that brings me a lot of joy.
There
Right?
you go. There you go. All right.
Hopefully it does the same.
Well, gentlemen,
Yep.
and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks for being on the show. It's great information. Thanks for getting it out there.
Hey, Michael, really appreciate you having us, right? Really appreciate the work you guys are doing here, right? I think it's great creating a community like you have. Real important, and anything we can do to continue to add value to the members of that community, we're here to do.
Great. All right.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you. And I appreciate you guys being on. Hey, and thank you, commercial real estate industry, for sharing this show, for listening. Please connect with us on your favorite social media. And look, if you want to find out more about ShareFile, visit their website. It's sharefile.com. Till next week, be sure that you always lead, learn, and laugh, and join us for America's Commercial Real Estate Show. America's Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by CCIM C5 Summit. Will be at the Hard Rock Hotel in Hollywood, Florida, September 17th to 19th. Visit c5summit.realestate. By ShareFile. Designed with real estate and other highly regulated industries in mind, ShareFile offers secure digital solution to simplify workflow and improve collaboration. Visit sharefile.com. By CREI Summit. This will be in Atlanta, Georgia, September 11th to the 13th, right here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're headquartered. Visit cresummit.com. By Bull Realty, commercial real estate sales, leasing, and advisory services. Visit bullrealty.com or reach out to me directly. My email is michael@bullrealty.com. By Commercial Agent Success Strategies, 21 cloud-accessed agent training videos. Learn more at commercialagentsuccess.com. You're invited to subscribe to the show wherever you listen or watch the show. You're also invited to subscribe to a weekly email announcing the show topic and guests at creshow.com. Thank you for watching, listening, and sharing America's Commercial Real Estate Show.